Hello, everyone. I'm Chelsea Brienne, and welcome to Soul Light Connection. I am out here in the woods filming some videos, getting some nature, grounding, connecting with the elementals. Uh, Truly, the forest, the trees, they hold so many healing capabilities and so much wisdom. Um, People often ask me how my awakening journey began, how I came to know or remember and believe the things that I do. And truly, it's almost all in gratitude to the forest, to the trees, to their just all encompassing wisdom. And, when you have the ability to sit in the presence of that and just receive, you will receive so much, so much. So I highly recommend. I wanted to speak a bit upon um, following your soul, and what are some tangible steps we can take to do that, to disconnect, get out of the mind, get back into the body and back into the soul. Because that is a big concept, that is a goal, right? Living a soul-led life, feeling fulfilled and nourished and supported, and just really living in harmony with your soul or with your higher self. um, but we often wonder, what are some tangible steps that we can take? What can we do on a practical level to, you know, to get there, to be in that place where we have built that connection, we're living in it. We know moment to moment what is for us, what is not, where to go, what direction to move, when to stop, when to go, when to say yes, when to say no, because we've cultivated such a deep level of understanding and connection with our soul. And the number one thing that I recommend for soul connection is to take time every day to sit in silence. Do some breathing, some deep breathing, breath work video to bring you into your body. Um, but just taking time and being brave enough to sit in complete silence. So often when we meditate, we listen to guided meditations. We have all these different tools and forms of things we use for our spiritual practice. But truly, for me, the most supportive and most productive and life changing thing I've ever done is just sitting in silence, just being, allowing. If you have thoughts, if you are feeling, emotions arise, that's okay. We are not in silence. We are not in meditation to run away from those things or to make them disappear. We are in meditation, and we are in this silence to be present and to allow all that exists within us, because all that exists is sacred, is a divine indicator, a divine pointer, leading us to something that will move us in the right direction. And the reality is, when it comes to thoughts, people think when they're meditating that the goal is to have no thoughts. But there are never going to be an absence of thoughts. But what there is a place residing back behind the thoughts, behind the chaos, behind the pain or the emotions that you're feeling. There is a place of stillness, and there's a place of peace. And when you spend enough time just sitting in stillness, being with your hands on your heart, you will begin to notice and find and more easily drop into this space, because there is always the mind, the pain body, the egos, but there is also always this higher aspect, this portal back behind all of that. that resides outside of the physical pain of the monkey mind. And there is this place, this stillness that you can drop into. Um, I did a similar process in my meditation I uploaded where we connect into the soul. That is very similar to this place I am speaking of, that you can connect into and that you can reside in, even if you are going through the most horrible, stressful, painful, miserable time in your life. This place always exists, and it's always a choice to drop back behind the emotions, behind the chaos, behind the thoughts. And it is in this place that you will be able to find and hear the wisdom of your soul. And the voice of your soul is never going to be fear based. So if something is coming from a place of fear or a place that feels like clingy or obsessive or like a need, something that you have to do, that is never going to be soul or your higher self, because soul is source, spirit. It is neutral. It doesn't care one way or another what you do. It is here residing in your body. It is holding the blueprint for you, but it is ultimately up to you whether you are going to jump on board or not. You know, your soul isn't sitting there like, oh, you better do this, or this is going to happen, or you better do this, or this isn't going to happen. You know, your soul is just the neutral observer, the neutral witness that is along for the ride in this body. And it's always there to be our greatest helper, our greatest guide, if we choose to tune in and listen to it. But if the guidance we are receiving seems fear based or pushy, or like, you have to do this, or this is going to happen, or if you do this, you know, da 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 da, like, that is likely your own mind, your own wounding. Um, Soul is more, it's a feeling of peace. Even if something is urgent, even if something is the wrong choice, there is a peace, there is a love, there is a grace behind the energy. And that is one good way to tell whether you are in connection with your soul or whether you are still in the mind. Let's see what else comes through for a step that may be tangible. When I get on these videos, I don't ever know what I'm going to say. Like, the message comes through and I start, speaking as I go. So what's coming through is that it's very important and beneficial to feel your emotions as they come up, because something that interferes with the soul and our connection to it is pain in the body, trapped emotions. So what's coming through is that it's very important to feel your feelings. If you are feeling anger come up, sadness, grief, anything at all, just let it come out, let it flow. Because if you suppress it, thinking that, maybe you don't have time for that right now, maybe you shouldn't be feeling that, it's not high frequency, you are doing yourself an incredible disservice, because now that emotion that you felt came up and it went back down. Now it's stored somewhere in your body, it's in your shoulder, it's in your liver, it's in your neck, but it did not go away. It did not go away. So that is another really, really important thing to do if you want to be able to connect into your soul, to live a soul-led life. We need to create space in our body to do that.